Hello, everybody. Welcome to your host with the most, and you're on the top with Bladesxonly. So I decided to do a little, I decided to do a little thoughts and review on the game, on Nascar Heat 5. So I decided, what better else to do it with me talking about the game and actually playing a super speedway, which is Talladega. I never played this track. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never played the track on the game. And he's not my best driver. He's not my favorite driver, but he's one of my, I like Denny Hamlin, so I'm playing as Denny Hamlin. I like Denny Hamlin in real life, but my favorite driver is Kevin Harvick. And as you can see, if you're watching some of my other videos, I've been ranting about the custom setups, and actually I got a custom setup that I made here for Talladega. As you can see, this is my custom setup that I'm using. And this is 105 difficulty. As you see, that I've been complaining about 105 difficulty, how it doesn't have a good mixture of racing. And I'm actually going to show you guys what I'm talking about with this game, and what I'm talking about with the difficulty in the game. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a great thing about custom setups. And how, when I say about track randomness, somebody told me that it's the cars, it's not the track that has randomness, it's the cars. I really do think that. I mean, I really do believe what that guy said about the cars. He said it's not the tracks, it's the cars that have randomness, that have you snapping sometimes at corners. So I kind of thought about it, because I actually thought that it did. I actually thought that the track, some tracks have, what I mean by randomness, guys, is I mean by some tracks have like I don't know, they just some corners they pull you in, some corners you want to snap, some corners you want to like spin out, just certain stuff like that, especially on these road courses and these things. So he says, the default setups are not really made for 105. And he told me, he was saying something like, if you use you need a custom setup in this game to compete with the AI, especially on a high difficulty. Now, I'm not on the highest difficulty. Okay, I play on my season that I got with Tyler Reddick. I don't play on the hardest difficulty in the game. I play on 104. And as you say, I play on more, I got the setting on more wear for the CPU. But as you see, the more the run goes on, the more the tire wear, the more the CPU's tire wear starts to fall off. And when they fall off, that's when you're able to catch up with them, and that's when you're able to make, you get a pretty good lead on them. But I noticed in these super speedways, and even on anything, you can't really break away from the computer. Like, they're always like 1 second behind you, or even 2 seconds behind you, or even maybe 3 seconds behind you. And there's been times where I've been at Daytona where I'll get like kind of like a lead on them, and then they'll just instantly catch up. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I mean, I just feel like it's a cheap difficulty. Even if you have a custom setup, they're still like that. So if custom setups give you an advantage, why are the CPU catching up to you? Okay? So this is my take on the custom setups, okay? Because I was raging, not really raging, but I was kind of like ranting about custom setups and how they're not good for the game, like for this game. Like, I use custom setups on my other racers, like Gran Turismo and Project Cars 2 and you know, a set of Corza What else? What else gave me Dirt 4? You know, stuff, games like that, simulation games. And I was talking about the tracks. I was saying that the tracks have randomness to them, and they don't really go by. Like when I play Formula 1, they have weather, okay, and it affects the track, and you have to make a different setup for that day, for that track. I feel like this game, you don't have to use a different setup. Like this setup right here, you can use it over and over and over and over again, and it would always work. And that's what I was saying. The left bump and the right, like this right here, this left bump right there, and this left rebound, they're just for corner exits and corner entry and corner exits. That's all they are. They're just help the car with corner entry and corner exit. That's what the left bump and the left rebound is. It's all, they're like kind of dampers on the cars. That's what they're really called. I mean, I call them dampers. I don't call them clicks. I call them dampers. That's what they. I mean, that's what I call them. I mean, like I said, guys, this game doesn't. It doesn't say. I don't know. It has different. Like right here, like the spring settings right here, right? The left spring, the right spring, and then the left spring, and then the right spring on the rear, right? And the front and the rear, right? I call the springs suspension. That's what it is. It's a suspension. I mean, it's still the same term, and it's still the same thing, but it's suspension. Okay? Now, I could bump the left spring up just a little bit, but I feel like you need more spring on the right side because of how you're turning. You're putting a lot of pressure on that right side. So I just feel like the left side, you don't really make a major adjustment to the left side. You just maybe want to focus on the right side. The weight setting. This is what I'm talking about with the weight. Remember what I was talking about yesterday when I was talking about the cars? Stock cars are heavy. They're even more heavier than Formula 1 cars. So they have a lot of weight to them. That's why they don't turn. It's hard to turn. Okay? That's all I said. As you see my weight settings here, this is my weight settings. And I have a wedge at 53. Why do I have a wedge at 53 at Talladega? I could actually bump this to 49. I could bump it to 49, 49.7. Or what is it? Yeah, 49.7. 49.7. But again, I want the car to have stability. This car, like I said, either the car or the track has randomness to them, and they're unstable at times, and it feels like the game wants to spin you out. That's why you put a wedge helps you tighten up the car. So I just put it at 53. It's a great mixture of stability. Tire pressure. This is what I'm talking about. When again, I was talking about everything. Tire pressure. You want the amount of tire pressure for the track, and this is what I was talking about with track temperatures. Okay, this game doesn't have track temperatures. That's why you don't need to really fuck with the tire pressure. You can have that same tire pressure for the exact same race. And I understand what this game is going, because when you go into a season mode or you go into a championship mode, you can only play it one time. It doesn't have a long-term season. So once the season is over, it's over. You completed it. It doesn't go on and on and on and on. It doesn't have multiple seasons. It only has one. And that's something that really needs to change in next year's game. When Heat 6 come out, I don't even know if it can be called Heat 6. But they really need to understand that this game needs longevity, long-term playability. I think it's a rip-off, and it's cheap stuff that this game rips off its, not really rips off, because it's not ripping off its fans, but it's, like, if you're a NASCAR fan, like, you can only play one season in championship mode. I mean, you can go with your career on and on and on, but you can't go with championship mode. It's only a one-time event. So, like, if you win a championship with your favorite driver, that's it. That's it. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't continue that season. Like if you win the championship, you start all over with Daytona, and then go on and on and on. You can't go on from that. They need to expand that in next year's game. They need to have be up to the user to able to have that. But as you see, I have my tire pressure at 29 on the left side, and then on the right side I have 50, and then on the right rear I have 48 PCI. Again, I just have it like that. Now this is what I was talking about with the camber, and this is where I think this game kind of gets camber wrong. Okay, you see, I didn't really get it wrong, but this is too high of a camber. 3 degrees and then minus 3 degrees on the right front camber. On a stock car in racing cars, I would probably go with minus 2.5, and then for the right camber I would go minus 2.0. It helps give it helps not burn up your tires that much. That's just how I would do it. Okay. So, you know, like right here, they got the front sway bar. This is an anti-roll bar. And you can see I got it on max stability. Because this game loves to snap your car. The left track bar and the right track bar, I always go for a 13, maybe a 12, maybe a 14. But I always go for that because, again, it just builds great rotation. The brake bias, you really don't need to be at braking at Daytona. It's a super speedway. But I know sometimes this stupid AI, they go in front of you and then they brake. So actually you need fucking braking. The grilly tape, it really does not matter a thing. As you can see, I had it on 55. But grilly tape does not really work that well in this game, and I'm going to tell you why it doesn't work. It just doesn't work, guys. I don't know what it is with this game. It just, the grilly tape, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't work. That's just my opinion. The wheel lock, I got it at 10 degrees, which is pretty standard. It helped, you know, I just feel comfortable with that wheel lock. Now I can actually go on here and go to a 50 steering offset. Steering offset is just, you know, help your car, you know, from not drifting. Now if you have too much steering offset, your car can drift, have a bad drift to the right, and it's very concerning. Now again, guys, I'm going to tell you one more time. This is what I was talking about with the gear settings from yesterday's video. This is what I was talking about with the gear. You see how I have my gears, right? They're pretty much 1-to-1. This is what you want. You want a 1-to-1 gear ratio. And you see the fourth gear is locked. I don't know why the developers do that. But you can actually break that code and mess with the rear end ratio. I mean, it's not hard to do that. I mean, I don't know what the developers try to do when they lock the fourth gear. I mean, you can see it's grayed out. But I'm going to show you guys. I mean, I'm going to play on this custom setup that I just made. And I'm going to show you guys, okay? I'm going to show you guys there's no difference between 104 and 105. They play the same. I'm on 105 difficulty right now. I'm going to show you guys that there's no difference. The only difference is speed. They have more speed than you. And they play a lot more dirtier. The AI do. Okay? And I'm on a custom setup. So, if the custom setup was so good, you should be able to blow by the computer. You should be able to dominate them. I'm just trying to prove a point, and then I'm trying to actually talk about the Heat franchise and where it's going and how it's going and where they need to go, because I think this game has great gameplay. And I just like the AI in this game. But what really is a downer. Oh, hold on. Let me go qualifying here. Oh, I didn't even mess with the qualifying actually. So I just might have used my race setup. Yeah, I didn't make a qualifying setup. But anyways, you know what changes? Oops, I'm sorry. You know what changes is if we're gonna qualify here. You know, I'm just saying, guys, they really need to actually build on a better foundation to this game. I mean, there's some things that I like about the game, and again, there's some things I don't like about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can feel right now that the steering, as I put it on there, the steering, it feels stiff. But I like the game so far. You know, I like the game, and I think it's, you know, well done. And I think, you know, the only thing that I get frustrated with is the AI and just the balancing issues with the game. You know, especially if you run a custom setup. If you run a custom setup in this game will actually, you know, if you fuck with the camber, it would, your tire wear will go out a lot quicker than a default setup. So you'll have to pit a lot more often. That's all I'm saying. I mean, this is a custom setup, and I feel slow as shit. I mean, look at my gears. Look at my RPMs. I call them RPMs. If we go into the cockpit cam here, that can get back to it or whatever. Yeah, right here. And actually, I do like this view, guys. I mean, I actually do like the view for the cockpit. So we got one to go. We got one more qualifying lap to go. I mean, Denny Hamlin, you know, Denny Hamlin's car is a top 5 car. You know, it's a really top 5 car. I mean, I love the gameplay to this game. I just don't like the excessive bumping with the AI. You know, and I really don't think that they have, in real life, I don't really think if you go into a stock car, I really don't think they have the miles per hour on the dashboard here. I don't play with the wheel. I don't know, guys, I just think that the wheels are a distraction when you're in the cockpit. It's just, I don't know, it's just something more to look at. And I just don't like it. Let's see what kind of qualifying we get. We did pretty, look at, on a custom setup, look at that. See? On a custom setup, I still got 32nd in the pole on a custom setup. And Denny Hamlin, I mean, this is a top 5 car in real life. This is a top 5 car. And Josh Bilicki is first. I don't know what is up with this Josh Bilicki guy. I mean, I don't know him, guys, in real life, so I don't know if he's actually really that good. But I don't think Josh Bilicki is really that good in real life, like they have him in this game. He's just an average driver. I don't know why Josh Bilicki is so good in this game. Like, he always gets in top 5s and top 10s. Even in my Tyler Reddick season, he always gets in the top 10. But anyways, guys, let's get to the race. Here we go, here at Dega. And this is my very first time playing this game. I mean, not this game, but this is my very first time playing this track on this game. And with qualifying, it seems pretty good. So let's go. Like I said, guys, 105 difficulty. I'm going to show you that there's no difference. There's no difference between 104 and 105. The only difference is the computer has a lot more speed than you. That's it. I'm going to show you. I'm on 105 right now. And I got a top 5 car. Denny Hamlin's car is a top 5 car. It won championships. So I'm going to show you. Let's start the race. And I just noticed that, guys, that Corey LaJoy, I just noticed that today. Actually, when I was playing the game, I just noticed that Corey LaJoy, he's not in my Tyler Reddick season. I don't know why. He's just not there. I don't know who replaced him. But if that's the case, William Byron is going a little slow for 105 difficulty. But anyways, you know, 105 difficulty, yeah. You see what Tyler Reddick did, right? You see how he got constant speed burst, right? That's what I don't like. I mean, he wasn't even near Kevin Harvick's draft, and he was getting constant speed burst down there. That's what I'm talking about with the game, with the difficulty. I don't like that. There's no way that Tyler Reddick, even I'm playing Tyler Reddick and I have a season with him, there's no way that he's constantly getting that fast. He has no draft. So look at, I have to step off the gas on 105 difficulty. I mean, this is a top 5 car though. I mean, I should be catching up to Bobby Carter. You know, I should be catching up to Bobby Carter. But actually, the AI is racing me pretty cleanly on 105 difficulty. Although, like in 104 difficulty, that in Bristol and in Texas, they were constantly bumping me in my Tyler Reddick season. They were constantly bumping me, trying to force me up near the wall. This is 105 difficulty, guys. And again, I mean, I should really catch up to the pack because I got a top 5 car. Denny Hamlin's car is fast in real life. It's a top 5 car. Bobby Carter, I mean, look at that. I burn him. Again, realistic outcome. And this is what else I don't like. When you're this is what I'm talking about, guys. When I say that this game doesn't have a preferred line, you can't run a preferred line in this game. And I'm going to show you why you can't run a preferred line in this game. When you run a preferred line in this game, you can't. You gotta constantly. As I get past the pack with ease, I mean, this is 105 difficulty, guys. I mean, it's no, like I said, it's no different from 104. It's absolutely no different. I mean, I just felt like I got a speed burst, and it went up to the pack with ease. This is 105 difficulty right now. I'm trying to prove a point to you that the AI plays no different from 104 difficulty, or even 103, or 100, or even 85. You see how they bump me, right? Who was bumping me? I don't even know who was bumping me. Ty Dillon was bumping me. For unnecessary point of reason. Don't know why he was bumping me, but for some odd reason, he was bumping me. You see how you're up top and everybody's down low. You see, he would have done the same thing. See, on 104, he would have done the same exact thing. David Reagan. He slides up just to try to block me. There's no difference. People say, oh, you're not good because you don't play on a 105. Look, this is 105 difficulty with a custom setup. With a custom setup. And it feels like I'm on fucking 85 difficulty. There's no difference. As Ty Dillon, again, just you know, tries to bump me. Again, guys, the computer in this game, they don't play with class. I'm sorry. I mean, on a hard difficulty, they don't play with class. I mean, look at Chris Buescher over here. Look at Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher was trying to get in front of me. And I could call it right. And look at. You see how I'm up here, right? And I'm getting Chris Buescher's draft. And you see how Chris Buescher and Ryan Newman is staying up with the pack, even though they're on the high side. But if you're down, if you're up there, the computer will go right by you. You won't be able to keep up. It's bullshit. It's a bullshit difficulty. It's a joke. This is why I don't play on 105 difficulty. It's a mockery to the user. You can win on 105 difficulty. I'm not saying that you can't win it. You can absolutely dominate the computer on 105 difficulty. The only thing about it, the only thing that I have a problem with is that you can't run your preferred line. You have to run where the computer is because of the draft. When you're up top, the computer will constantly get speed burst down in the bottom lane and pass you. But when they're up there, you notice on okay, I'm gonna put. You notice on Daytona when there's a guy he's by himself, right? Everybody's down low and he's by himself and he's kind of like in the middle lane. You notice how he's just staying with the computer, the AI that's down at the bottom. But when you're there, they just blow right by you. Like you can't keep up. That's what I'm trying to say. It's broken. Like you don't have horsepower. Again, their only difference is because they're faster. They got a lot more speed than you. That's the only difference. And look, 104 difficulty, I would have been in the same situation that I am now. The only thing is I'm using a custom setup. And actually it feels no different than a default setup. The only thing is, again, better rotation, better speed. And the only thing about the AI is they're able to keep up with me. That's the only difference. Or not keep up with me, but they got more speed than me. And I really do think that this game has matching speeds. I really think that this game, the AI, the AI will match your speed. Especially when they're side by side with you. And then they'll just have that breakaway speed. They have that good horsepower to get past you. Even in a 5-star car.
Right side, all the way to the wall. One back.
Like right now, I don't feel like that. I mean, I feel like I'm not drifting up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like right here, I'm in the middle, right? You have to be in the middle. You have to. You can't. Like right now, in real life, I would go high. I wouldn't stay in the middle. But you can't. Why? Because Joey Logano and all these guys will get constant speed bursts and blow right by you. Why? Because they have more horsepower than you. They have more horsepower, and I'm going to absolutely prove that in this gameplay. That there's no difference. I mean, look at William Byron up there. Look at William Byron and who is that? Matt Kenseth? No, that's Daniel Suarez, I think. I don't even know who that is. Let me see. Yeah, that's Daniel Suarez. Up top. Keeping up with the AI. And actually, I'm doing a good job with no draft, and I'm still trying to have my horsepower keep up with them. And actually, they're doing a good job of doing that. That's how it should be. It should not be breaking away from you. This is a top 5 car. That's all I'm saying, guys. I'm going to show you the difference. In real life, Denny Hamlin would go up here. And really, look at Cole Custer. I told you, look at Cole Custer. Got a constant speed burst. Why? Because I was on the top. Look at him now. Staying neutral. Why? Because I'm on the bottom. It's broken. It's not realistic. It's a bullshit difficulty. That's all it is. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's all it is. I mean, as soon as I went up top, I looked at my rearview mirror. As soon as I went up there, he was constantly fucking speeding up, like he got like the game gave him a speed burst.
Inside here, driver. Clear high, clear high. That one's peeking inside.
You know? And there's no, like I said, I mean, I'd be riding high right now. In real life, I would go high because of the congestion of the not just because of you don't want to be in the middle. But you should have horsepower to keep up with the computer when you're up top, and you don't. You don't have horsepower when you go up there. The game is broken. This game is broken. Yeah, I'm going up top. And I'm going to ride the top. And again, you see that? You see, as soon as I went up top, Eric Amarola bumped me. Just because I was up top. But you think I'm going to go out there and you think I'm going to go with Eric Amarola? No. Again, dirty moves for the computer. This game has no class. It doesn't. It does not have any class. The rear environment just fucking retarded. You see what I'm saying, guys, about this game? This game is trash on a fucking 105 difficulty. There's no difference. I mean, I feel like I'm on 85 difficulty. The only difference is they're faster than you. They're faster than you, and they do bullshit, dirty moves. And another thing is that you can't pick a preferred line because the computer will bump you towards the wall. Like Eric Amarola did. He bumped me towards the wall. Why? Because I was riding high. That's the only difference. For what apparent reason, I do not know why he did that. Yeah, Alex Bowman just fucking tried to, you know, I think that was Matthew Benedetto. That was Matthew Benedetto. Again, trying to do some fucking dirty-ass move to fucking get past me. I mean, he's already got more horsepower than I do. He can actually get past me. All the game has to do is give him a speed burst. I mean, it's just stupid stuff like that. That just, like I said, this game is just broken on 105 difficulty. I don't like it. Even though I'm doing good on 105 difficulty. I mean, this is, like I said, it's no different from 104. The only difference is they're a lot more fucking cheap and stupid and dirty moves. Just like Eric Amarola did when I was up top. I did that for a fucking purpose to show you guys that this game is broken. When you go up top. Look at that, see? Now he slows down, right? If I go up, he'll go up. Huh? See? What I tell you, see? Brad Klowski is following me. And he's not following me just to get my draft. He's following me because of the auto tracking. He has auto tracking on his fucking goddamn car. The computer auto tracks you. That's why they're able to stay straight on 105 difficulty. You notice how they got great stability on 105? The only difference is that if you change that setting to more stable, he'll be like a rock. You won't be able to spin him out. that easily. But if you leave it on normal, the computer it'll be hard to spin them out. I mean, this is a top 5 car, guys. I mean, look at this. I'm just showing you that the bottom is the most dominant side of a power lane in the game. In all tracks in this game. Not just in some tracks, and I noticed that in all tracks. It's absolute bullshit and trash. I mean, I'm trying to play straight. I mean, I have not done 130 moves in the computer. You see what Eric Amarola did, right? And it didn't even cause a caution. I'm on strict yellows, and they didn't even cause a caution when I hit the wall. But I bet you, if the AI would have hit the wall, you best believe a caution would have came out. You best believe that. So on 105 difficulty, cautions are a joke for the user. And again, I got past Austin Dillon. Again, no difference from 104. The only difference is it took a lot more longer for me to pass him. That's the only difference. The only difference. It took me a while, much longer for me to pass him. With a 104 difficulty, I could have burned him like a while ago.
Careful, still there.
Why? Because I got a top 5 car. And I'm not saying Austin Dillon doesn't have a top 5 car, because RCR cars are good. And they got good horsepower. The only difference is it would have been an even match with me and Dillon. But I actually think Joe Gibbs cars are a little bit better than RCR cars. And I think it was on Kevin Harvick and Ryan Blaney is in the bottom. Do you see what I'm saying, guys, with this game though? I mean, like, it's a lot harder, and like I said, I mean, it ain't harder, it's just like, I don't know, like, it takes a while for you to go to the top. Like I said in my other video when I was saying about Kansas, when they try to blow right by you, or they try to leave you in the pack, you know, and they try to, like, kind of like burn you with horsepower. Like, you don't have enough horsepower to keep up with the pack. And they'll try, like, if you're in the bottom, they'll try to, like, just leave you in the pack. That shit hurts my skin when that happens, because it's out of your hands. Actually, you can't do nothing about it. It's out of your hands. It's just a stupid game's programming. Like Joey Gase right there. I mean, look at this freestyle. I mean, they're constantly great training. Who do I have? Oh, they're constantly great training. Fucking Denny Hamlin. Joey Gase. Nothing bad about Joey Gase. But I'm just saying, you see what I'm saying, guys, with this game? It's like you lose positions, and they want you to make it all back. Like, it's so fucking hard. It really ain't hard at all. They should have never done that in the fucking first place. It's just stupid. I mean, look at that. I even got past Chris. Why? Because I was on the bottom. Because that's how this game works. I was on the bottom. And Christopher Bell just went right up there like a dumbass, when he really shouldn't have had no business of taking my fucking line.
Make your left. Careful.
What was his business of going up there? Just to block me? It's dumb. Again, on a custom setup on 105, there's no difference. No difference. Just on a default setup, probably take a little longer. Again, Joey Gates, look at that, look at that. Trying to cause an accident. Again, always when you're near, always around you. It's the only difference. You can't keep your camber up near 3 or 4 because this game will literally burn out your tires for your camber. I mean, you know, I would use a 2 actually, a 2.5, or I would actually use a 2.0 camber to actually have better steering. Not better steering, but better to not burn out your tires that much. Not let you get, what do I say, guys? Not to burn up your tires. Yeah, basically, not to keep your tires hot for better traction. That's what camber is, as Christopher Bell is being way so aggressive with me and trying to bump me for no apparent reason. It's dumb and stupid. Look at that. Look at this game. Look how this game represents racing. And I just felt like I had a jolting speed burst right there. Maybe because I was in fucking his draft. I do not know, guys. Like I said, it's nothing about the difficulty. It just takes much longer and more repetitive bullshit in the game, like cautions and restarts. The fucking guy didn't catch up to the fucking stupid ass computer. That's all it is. It's an illusion. To make you feel like, oh, the computer is really giving me a fight. No, they're getting, they're matching your speed. Like I said, they're faster than you. Like Justin Haley right here, see? Which I had no business with. I mean, I had no problem with him being down there. I mean, you know, like, well, I'm just saying, you know, like I said, I mean, look at that. I mean, Denny Hamlin in real life, he can get past Justin Haley and Joey Gates. Right there, I don't know what it is with this game, too. Sometimes when you go in certain areas, it's like your RPMs go down for no apparent reason. Like you get slow for no apparent reason. Again, I think it's the game cheating you. Why? Because you're on a hard difficulty. Look at this. Look at this. Back to like a ping pong. What is that, man? Just stupid random stuff like that. On 104, I mean, yeah, on 104 difficulty, I'm not driving like that. You see the difference? Joey Gates is just right on my draft, bumper there or whatever. Look at these guys, man. I mean, look at what this game is replicating. They got all these back markers up to the front, which, again, in plate racing, it does happen like that. Anybody can win. But this game tries to over-excess it and overdo it. I mean, right now, Denny Hamlin should be right now, in first place, Denny Hamlin should be in first place right now. In real life, he should be in first place. There's no way that Joey Gates' car can keep up with Denny Hamlin's car. Again, it's on a bullshit high difficulty, so that's why the fucking stupid-ass game is trying to make it so difficult when it's really not. Again, see? I passed him. Why? It just took a while. You know, you just can't go up there because, you know, Joey Gates is going to get speed burst up there. You see that? You see how Joey Gates got a speed burst from up top? But see, you see when I went up top, they all passed me. Look at Jimmy Johnson over here. Look at Jimmy Johnson. Look at that. No flag. I mean, there's no flag, actually. There's no caution. You see what I'm saying, guys, with this game? I'm not going to bump the AI. This is why I don't play on a difficulty like this. Because it's cheap and it's bullshit. Just for that to happen, as we live. I went from, I think I went from first, yeah, I went from first to like 28th in a matter of not even a lap. Look at this shit. Now he wants to fucking help me. Now, would Jimmy Johnson do that in real life? No, he wouldn't.
All clear, no pressure from behind.
This game is broken. It's a fucking joke. It is. It's a fucking joke. It's a straight mockery to racing. It's a mockery.
All clear.
He had no business of even doing that. Why? So they can sit there and try to act like they're freight training me when I know they're getting speed burst anyways?
Careful, still there.
That was an absolute speed burst.
Still there.
Oh, just because, you know, I didn't damage my car and the fucking game wanted me to damage my car. That's all it was.
From behind.
Yeah, now a stupid caution comes out. You see what I'm saying about this stupid ass game? It's a joke. It is. It's a joke. Okay, it's an absolute fucking joke, man. I mean, it really is. It's broken and repetitive, and yeah, see, look at that strategy. Now the whole fucking field, half of the fucking field is pity. That's probably why Jimmy Johnson wanted to bump me near the wall.
Coming to the green.
Again, to cause a caution. You see what I'm saying, guys? With this game, on a hard difficulty, like, I don't know if I did difficulty. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, I can get past all these fucking back-locking cars for fucking goddamn ease.
Still there.
This AI is I don't know, they're just dirty on a hard difficulty. That's all. It's not hard, it's just they're fucking dirty as fuck. They try to block you at all costs. They try to block your lane when you're up in that lane, and they're trying to get there, and they're trying to block you for no apparent reason. They'll get out of their lane just to block your lane. It's fucking unnecessary. Again, they don't respect your position. They don't. Just for that to happen, yeah. Look at that. And Chad Fincham over here, he's gonna block. He's gonna bump Danny Hamlin. Again, that's what I'm saying on a hard difficulty right there. What I was saying about that Chad Fincham and Kyle Busch. And Kyle Busch. When I was saying that Chad Fincham can stay side for side with Kyle Busch on 105 difficulty, and you guys seen it right there. Right there. You guys seen it for yourself. Right there. This is 105 difficulty. Look at that, see? Look at that. Don't respect my position. Don't respect it. Trying to go in there, it's so aggressive. Just like I bumped Joey, I bumped fucking Corey Joy out of the way. Actually, I didn't even try to do that, actually. That's just stupid ass fucking game. Stupid logic. Yeah, it took so long to get past Chad Fincham. It took so long to get past the fucking two-star car.
Outside by himself.
Game's a joke. Took that long to get past Chad Fincham. I don't give a fuck if he was in the draft or not. He should have never even fucking bumped me in the first place. What was his purpose of bumping me? He's a ignorant, stupid motherfucker. Excuse my language. I just hate this game on fucking on 105 difficulty. God, I can't stand it, man. Oh God, it just hurts my skin what the fucking computer does. It really does. Can't run a preferred line. You got fucking Jimmy Johnson over here trying to fucking do that stupid ass rear end bullshit because you're up near the fucking wall. Yeah, again, see? I got past, look at that. I got up the field with ease, with class. Again, this game's a joke. This game is a fucking joke, man. This is why, guys. I'm showing you right now. Look at my position, 3rd place, right? Look who's in the lead. Justin Haley and Josh Balicki. I mean, do you really want to accept this? Do you really want to race like this? I mean, you know, post a comment. I'm showing you the fucking flaws of 105 difficulty. I mean, yeah, they haven't bumped me, but that's the 2nd time that they forced me near that wall right there. Again, trying to rear-end me, trying to put the rear end near that wall. Just some stupid fucking goddamn broken-ass fucking logic. Why? Because I'm near the fucking wall. Knew I was gonna burn his ass anyways. This game has no logic of racing. It doesn't. It doesn't have any kind of logic of racing. Nothing. Nothing really whatsoever. I mean, I can go on Daytona right now and show you the even more flaws. With the AI. I mean, 105 difficulty, I mean, I'm on 105 difficulty, and I got a 5-star car, and I'm up there, but, like, again, it's taking me a lot longer. And Talladaga's not run right in this game either. I'm sorry, it's not run right. You gotta be at the bottom lane all the time? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? So you have to stay on the bottom of the fucking goddamn track all the time because of how this AI is built. Now he goes high. And that's the setup move. And I hit the wall because I was looking at Jimmy Johnson and I was looking at the to see where Jimmy was going to go. And I kind of hit the wall with my steering wheel, or with my wheel, or whatever. But you see what I'm saying, guys, with this game? It's an absolute fucking joke, man. It's a joke of a difficulty. This is what I'm saying about it's a joke of a difficulty. Just stupid random stuff like that. And I can already tell you, this fucking game, even with the custom setup, I still feel track randomness. I still feel track randomness. Somebody said it's not the track, it's the fucking car. It's not the car, man. It's track randomness. Because if that was the case, I should not be feeling it on a custom setup. I'm on a custom setup. And look at Bobby Carter again. He's damaged. Still keeping up. Still being competitive. And I just did a dirty move right there. That was a black flag. And Matt Kenseth had class and got out of the way. Trying to set me up and pass me cleanly. He's not trying to fuck me off the track. It's just because I went off the track. And that should have been a black flag by me for going off the track. I mean, I'm not saying it's, you know, like, it's just, to me, it's stupid and repetitive on 105. I mean, they've raced like this the entire fucking race. There's no difference. I mean, look at Timmy Hill. Look at Timmy Hill trying to make contact with me to slow me down, which I don't have no problem with it. I have no problem with Timmy Hill trying to bump me. It's the way he's doing it, though. It's the way he's doing it. To cause an accident. We believe he should have been on there like that. I should have blew right past Timmy Hill. You know, I should have blew past Timmy Hill with Denny Hill with just a 5-star car, guys. I should have passed. Should have passed. I'm not saying that a 3-star car, guys, can actually, you know, keep up with a 5-star car, because I mean I've seen it before. I mean I've seen actually like a low car, like not a real established car, not a real established name. I actually seen him pass, Jeff Gordon. I forgot what it was. It was back like in the it was back when Gordon was good, like in the 90s. I forgot who it was. It was somebody, but he passed him. Like, I mean, he burned him off the straightaway, and then he went down in the bottom and burned, and Jeff Gordon cleared him up, and they were side to side in the turn, and he burned him off the turn. So I mean, I can see it happen, but I mean, not to that extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not to that extent that this game tries to overdo it. And really, I mean, I don't really think Timmy Hill is that well established as a driver in NASCAR. I mean, he's a legend in iRacing. I play iRacing, and Timmy Hill is like a champion there. He's very good at iRacing. But I mean, in NASCAR, he's not an established driver. He's not. I mean, in iRacing, he's a fucking legend. Cause I play iRacing. I don't know Timmy Hill, but I raced with him, against him in iRacing. Now look, see, I mean, this is 105 difficulty. Look at the lead I got. How much of a lead is that? Yeah, see? So again, guys, they always go for 2 to 3 seconds off of you, and then they catch up. Which I have no problem with that. I have absolutely no problem with that. But I bet you if I go up top right now, they'll be all over me. They'll be getting by me, which is kind of realistic in a way. I mean, because when you go up top, you're giving away your position. Like, you always want to hold your line. You know, like, wherever you are, you always want to hold your line. Like, I'm on the bottom. I want to hold my line here. Despite if a big run is coming from up top, they always say, don't get out of your lane. Don't get out of your line. Hold your line. Wherever you are, whether if you're on the top, middle, or bottom. But it's sad that Talladega is run like this.
Looking outside now.
It is. This is, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't run the bottom all the time, but I mean, look at Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I mean, I play with him in iRacing too. Okay? I mean, I don't know Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in real life, but I know I play with him. And when in Talladega, he runs up top all the time, and he gets a lot of speed up there. In real life, I think that's how it is in Talladega. When you run up top in the line like right here, you get a lot of speed up there. I mean, he's won poles actually too in real life. He's won poles in super speedways. He's very successful in super speedways. But see how I ran the top right, and I just got freight trained. I lost a lot of position and a lot of spots. Why? Because I was up top. And actually, that's a smart decision though, because there was nobody actually near me. So it's not like I didn't get a draft or anything. So I don't know, guys. I mean, post your comment. I mean, look at Kyle Busch again. Tries to sidewind me and tries to push me up near the wall. Again, same thing with Jimmy Johnson and Eric Almirola did. This AI doesn't change on hard difficulty. They're all the same. Like I said yesterday in my video, they're all the same. Nothing's different. Jimmy Johnson is Kyle Busch on 105 difficulty. Kyle Busch is Matthew Benedetto. Brad Keselowski is Timmy Hill. There's no difference. They're all the same. I don't care what nobody says. Austin Dillon is Denny Hamlin on 105 difficulty. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. He's damaged. Look at that. He's fucking... then he spins out again.
Slow down.
Guys, I can't play this game. I can't. I can't play it. I'm sorry. I could not play this game on a hard difficulty. I can't accept that. I cannot accept that. Austin Dillon had damage on his car, and he's keeping up with the pack on 105 difficulty. He's keeping up. Look at my car. It's clean. No damage. And then I didn't even bump him actually. And then he fucking spins out. You don't see that happen on 104 difficulty, other than fucking Texas and fucking broken pistol. You see what I'm saying with this game, guys? I'm showing you that this difficulty is broken. It's broken. It's broken. It has no racing fundamentals. The AI just are stupid. They're more stupid around fucking 105 than fucking goddamn 85. Again, the only difference is they got more speed and they're a lot more dirtier, like Matthew Benedetto. I was up top, he tried to bump me near the wall. And he's getting constant speed bursts. Why? Because I'm up on the wall, I'm on the high side. But you see how Aaron Jones is not losing any position and he's up top. You see Truex Jr. Oh yeah, now I'm getting speed up there. Yeah, I'm not even trying to do that. Look at Eric Jones, see? Look at that. Yeah, I can give Eric Jones a bump too. But you see, you think he's gonna lose speed? No, he doesn't lose speed. He's right there. He's right there. With his fucking jitterbug fucking wheel. You see what I'm saying, guys? This game is a joke. It's a joke. Look, I'm sidetracking Corey LaJoy, and again, Eric Jones bumped LaJoy. You know why he bumped LaJoy? Because I'm up here. And they still can't bump me over there. They still can't bump me. I mean, they still can't fucking get me off target. And I'm near the fucking wall. That's what they were trying to do. Again, they were trying to do. Broken AI. Broken AI. They're stupid on fucking 105. Look, see Brad Keselowski again. Look at Brad Keselowski. Did a dirty move. But you think I'm going to do that? I mean, I bumped Eric Jones. I mean, you know, that's Denny Hamlin's teammate in real life. But I bumped Eric Jones. I mean, I was trying to make a point that it doesn't really matter if you bump somebody. If you bump the AI, like, he's not going to lose any speed. Not realistic, actually. I mean, look, I just felt a bump there, and I felt like I wanted to drift up again. Bobby Carter, again, wants to sit there and put his rear end in the wall. Look, he got Max there. Again, I got a clean car. And look at Bobby Carter up here. He's keeping stride for stride with me. Again, Timmy Hill just right there, trying to push me up into the wall. It's broken. This game is broken. It's broken. I mean, I'm just showing you guys the flaws of this game. This is why I don't play on 105 difficulty. Look at that. Just the excessive contact. Look at that. I'm not even trying to make contact with Keselowski here. He's doing that on purpose. He's bumping me on purpose. Now I can actually do that to him. Then he gets loose. For no apparent reason, then he goes in front of me. I mean, look at this AI, guys. You see what I'm talking about with this AI? It's broken. It's absolute fucking broken. And then when you do it, it's a caution. When you bump this AI, I want to find it's a caution. But when they do it, it's not a caution. See? Well, I tell you, I did that on purpose, guys, just to show you what this game is. You see, when they bumped me and I went toward the wall, you see how I bumped Keselowski towards the wall, right? I did that on purpose, just to show you that this game is fucking broken and unbalanced. You see how I did that, right? And I put Keselowski towards that wall. I didn't put him through the wall, but I bumped Keselowski near the wall, right? With my rear end that is simply unfucking balanced and unrealistic. But anyways, you see how I did that, and they called the caution? But you see how Jimmy Johnson did that to me? Or Eric Almirola, and I hit the wall, and they didn't call a caution? They did not call a caution. But when the AI hit the wall, when you put the AI through the wall, they call a caution. This game is fucking broken. It's broken. Again, you know, I'm not really showing the flaws with the tire wear and fuel because of be cautions. Look at it. I'm damaged too. I mean, I feel like I'm getting faster when I'm damaged. How? I just don't understand this game's logic. I don't understand its logic on 105 difficulty. This game is, this difficulty is a fucking joke. It's a joke of a difficulty. Look at that. Look at that. I just went up to Kyle Busch, or Kurt Busch, and he gave me a bump. For no apparent reason. No apparent reason. And look at it. And another thing that happens with this difficulty is that the AI will mirror you. What I mean by mirroring you, look what Kyle Busch is doing. He's tracking my movements, my steering. Now I finally got past him, so he was tracking my movements. He's mirroring, like in football, like in Madden, when your quarterback mirrors your receiver's routes. He's mirroring me. This difficulty is broken. Has no balance, and they cheat the user with bullshit and cautions are a joke on 105 difficulty for the user. I'm showing you guys. This is 105 difficulty. I'm showing you the game right now. And look, I'm not damaged all the way, but I'm kind of damaged. And look, I'm staying competitively, just like I was on 104 difficulty. Wants some kind of crash to happen, but it wants to happen with you, and then it wants you to feel good about yourself when you're max damage or you're damaged, and then you're fucking still staying competitively. And Talladega, this is my first time playing Talladega in this game. I can already tell it's broken. This track is broken, just like all the tracks in this game are broken with randomness. You see in my last game playing in Richmond, the AI didn't play like this, but I'm pretty sure on 105 difficulty they would have. And I still lost. I still lost by, I think I was 4 laps down. Yeah, I was 4 laps down. 104 difficulty. And right now I got a custom setup on, and it doesn't feel any different than the default setup. The only difference is I feel the car a little bit more freer and faster. That's the only difference. I'm just being honest, guys. I mean, I'm just really being honest with you. This game is broken. It's absolute broken. And when I was talking about my thoughts about that, that's my thought about the game. It's broken. It's absolute broken. And if they really don't fix this next year, this game will die. This franchise, this Heat game will die, because there's a lot better racers. There's a lot more better racers out there in this game right now. And with this company charging that amount of money, that much money for this game, you can go out and buy a better simulation racer and have more fun than this game. And not have so much brain dead AI. Look at that, see? Look at this. I mean, oh my god, man. Do you guys really want to deal with stuff like that in this game? I mean, look, I'm in 4th place. I would have been in the same position at 104 difficulty. I would have been in the exact same place as 104. I mean, it's a joke. Josh Bilicki blew a tire. Whoop-de-doo, just to cause a caution. I mean, I can't play this game. I can't do it, dude. I really can't. I can't. I'm just showing you guys the flaws from 105 to 104. That's why I don't play on 105 difficulty. Right there. That's why I do not play this game on 105 difficulty. Right there. I can't accept that. I can't. Maybe some of you guys can, because you guys are used to playing arcade-ish games. I come from a very deep background when simulation is there, and when Austin Dillon was right there, and he had all that damage on his car, and he was still staying competitively. I can't accept that. It's just hard for me to accept that. And I had a clean car again, a clean car. This is 105 difficulty. I had a clean car, and he was still able to do that. Look at. I had a top 5 car. Denny Hamlin. 105 difficulty on Talladega. And Talladega is broken. Talladega is absolutely fucking broken. I'm going to say that one more time. Talladega in this game is broken. Just like Daytona's broken in this game. You know why they're broken? I'm going to tell you why they're broken. It's because when you go on a super speedway, you're trying to max out your speed. You're trying to get more speed. You're trying to gain speed, right? What better to do that is the high side, the high lane. I mean, I went up on the high lane. And as you can see, once I went up there, the AI got speed bursts. They got that magical speed, that magical grip. Came right up there with me. Tried to bump me near to the wall. On a custom setup. And like I said, I absolutely had no difference from a default setup. The only thing I felt was I was a little bit more faster, and and that. But you see what I'm saying, guys? I mean, do you really want to deal with that? And then you feel like a champion when you come out and you defeat the AI on 105 difficulty, and you feel like, oh yeah, I just beat this stupid AI on 105 difficulty. Do you really feel good about yourself? I think this difficulty is a joke and unrealistic. Again, you see Brad Keselowski. You go back on my other game. You go back on my other gameplay. On Richmond, he passed me with class. He passed me with class. What did he do here on 105? Dirty moves. All of them. They're all the same. Timmy Hill is Kyle Busch on 105 difficulty. And I'll continue to say it over and over and over and over and over again. I'm on a custom setup. Look, custom race. On my monitor. On my wheel. See? The shifters are going off. See? The shifters. On my Thrustmaster. On my Thrustmaster 300. Look at it. See? You can hear the shifters. Brother, I don't play on my wheel on here. I play with the controller because I just feel like the wheel... I don't know, guys. I just feel like this game is better with a controller. Even though they have... I know they have ads with fucking that the Fanatic wheel. I don't even have that wheel, actually. I have the other Fanatic wheel. It has the Fanatic symbol on it, and it has the white tape on the white stripe on the wheel. It has the white stripe on the steering wheel, and then it has I think it has like a plastic, not a plastic, but it has like a, I don't know, it has like a comforting cover to the wheel. My Thrustmaster has that too. My Thrustmaster 300. As you can hear, you can hear the shifters. I got a shifter and I got a stick shift clutch. But I only use my wheel on like simulation racers. I don't use my wheel on this game. I just think this game, I don't know, it's arcadish. It's very arcadish. I mean, like I said, it has some simulation to it, but it's just very arcadish. And why are you gonna play with the wheel? it's just like a controller. That's what I feel like. Like when I play with my controller, and then I play with my wheel, and then I go back to my controller, I just feel like it's the same. There's no difference. Again, the wheel, the only thing the wheel has is better steering. I mean, better free up steering than a controller. And I don't even use dead zones on my controller. I put dead zones all the way off in this game. I don't even use dead zones on my controller. So for me to actually do that, and for me to actually play on expert mode, and have zero stability with 0 dead zones on an analog stick, that's pretty impressive. And not spin out because of the fucking car randomness or the track randomness of the stupid game and this stupid AI. You see what I'm saying, guys? I mean, I can't take this game seriously. I just can't. It's hard for me to accept what this game replicates and what this game is. Like I said, man, I don't care about where you guys come from, but I do. I care about racing. I love racing, and this game is a straight. I think it mocks the sport of racing, of what this game tries to replicate of racing. It's unrealistic. It is. It's unrealistic, and it mocks the sport of racing. On 105 difficulty. It's a joke of a difficulty. I'll continue to say it. It's a joke. As you see, I just proved it. I just showed you guys gameplay of 105 difficulty. Again, they were fast, and I was fast, but they were able to keep up. They were able to keep up with me, and they were able to unrealistic things. Do you see what I'm saying now? The only difference is that you get freight trained sometimes, and then they'll fucking freight train you, and then you have to gain the positions back. But it'll take a lot longer. Why? Because they're faster than you. It's the only difference. I just went on 105 difficulty to put it on my channel to understand my frustrations with this game. And like I said, I mean, that's why I just post this game on my channel. And I only play Tyler Reddick. I only play one race of Tyler Reddick a day. And I go back on my simulation racers. And I don't even touch this game. That's how the immersion is broken on this game for me. That's how much this game is just really, it just makes my stomach sick when I see stuff like that. I don't mind the blocking. I mean, I don't mind that. I don't mind Kyle Busch blocking me. But it's the way the game does it. It's the way they do it. He was mirroring me. This game is very quirky. Again, track randomness. When you're on a high difficulty, 105 difficulty, the game will ping pong you, just like they were doing to me when I was going from side to side. When Joey Gage was in front of me and I was in second place, the game was ping ponging me on purpose, making me go from side to side, not letting me get his draft. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Trying to get me off the track. It's like that in Daytona too. You get off the track, then you can't. You're going so fast that you actually by mistake go into pit road, and then there's a penalty. Just random shit like that. What is that? You don't see that in real life. You don't see Denny Hamlin ping-ponging everywhere. This game, they need to fix this game. And I mean, they need to trash this whole fucking engine. They need to trash the whole engine. The physics are even garbage in the game. They need to trash this fucking AI, and they need to trash, not even the AI, they need to take the good things from the AI which is fundamental racing, because the AI in this game, they can race well, and they do have, they're very intelligent. But when they're on 105 difficulty, they go brain dead, and all costs is to fuck you over, and they'll do whatever it takes to fuck you over. You see what happened? I went up near the wall on purpose just to show you guys that this AI is dirty as fuck, and it was the same drivers, Eric Almirola. I told you in my last video, he's a very dirty driver in this game. I don't know about that. I don't know why he's like that in this game. He's a very dirty driver. He bumped me near the wall just because I was up there. Jimmy Johnson, again, the same one. He bumped me near the wall. Who else did that? Kalowski tried to do that to me. Brad Kalowski. Timmy Hill, constantly bumping me near the wall. This AI is garbage. They have absolutely no clue about what racing's all about. That's not how you race. I mean, yeah, you give a little bump. You know, you give a little, you know, like what I did to Eric Jones. I gave him a little bump, which I was trying to make an example. I was trying to make an example that when I bump Eric Jones, he did not lose speed, and he did not lose speed. I lost speed. He did not lose speed. Unrealistically, that's unrealistic. You notice how the AI bumps you and you kind of lose RPMs, but when you bump them, they don't lose no speed. They get able to spin out and still able to recorrect themselves and still keep up with you. With godlike steering. It's a joke. It is. It's a joke. It's a joke. And you see when Jimmy Johnson and fucking Eric Almirola, I forgot who else put me through a wall, or who else tried to sidewind me through the wall. I forgot. I think somebody else did that. But you see, when I hit the wall, there was no caution. No caution. But on the restart, I wanted to make an example. Okay, so I went up there to Almirola and I kind of put my rear end, like what they do. I try to put my rear end towards him so we can go near the wall, and he did hit the wall, but it wasn't an impact, like, it wasn't a big impact that would, you know. But again, a caution came out. Of course it did. Cautions on 105 benefit the computer. They don't benefit you. They're a joke. Cautions are a joke in this game on 105 difficulty. And I'll keep saying it. Just like everything else on 105 difficulty, it's a joke. I'm going to say it again. It's a joke of a difficulty with track randomness and car randomness. Again, I had a custom setup. Even then, the car had still randomness to it. Still had randomness to it. This game is broken. It's absolute broken. I don't know if all the Heat games were like this, but this game is garbage. This game is, no, I can't, it's hard for me to accept that. It is, especially when I've seen Austin Dillon damaged and able to still keep up with the pack. It's kind of hard for me to accept that. Because in real life, he would be going to the fucking pits. In real life, he would go to the pits to try to see what's wrong with his car. He wouldn't stay out there and still be in fucking 3rd or 4th place. What the fuck is that? It's like the game. It's like the game is telling itself that Austin Dillon never fucking crashed. But he still has on his car model, he's fucking crashed up. And then he's still beating you on straightaways. No. I can't deal with that. It's hard for me to accept that. That's why I don't play on 105 difficulty. I just showed you guys how broken the fucking difficulty is. Some other people can play on it and dominate the computer. I've seen it before. But it's hard for me to accept that. It's hard. I mean, I could play on 105 difficulty, but I'm gonna bitch a lot, and I don't think this game is really worth it for me to go through that much trouble. I'd rather play iRacing, or I'd rather play Assetto Corsa or Formula 1, or Project Cars 2, or Gran Turismo. A real racer with fundamentally racing logic. Again, I'm not saying that this game doesn't have it, because this game does have it. This AI is a class act when it wants to be. When you get on that 105 difficulty, that's when the game breaks. And it breaks its own rules. It breaks its own established rules. Just like any other game. If you play on any other game, I don't care if it's a story game, a sports game, anything, any other game, I don't care what it is, I don't care what kind of game you are playing, if you play the game on the hardest difficulty, the game will break established rules. Why? Just to try to make you, just to try to have difficulty, to make it more difficult for you. So you can sit there and say, wow, you know, this AI is you know, the game is challenging, when it's really not. The game is cheating you. They're cheating you. It's all an illusion. Kyle Busch is, like I said, all the bots, I felt like they were the same. I felt like Timmy Hill with Kyle Busch. I felt like Kevin Harvick was, I felt like Joey Gates was Kevin Harvick. But you see in my last gameplay, he wasn't that fast. But Kevin Harvick was fast. Kyle Busch was fast. Even Josh Bilicki in my season, he's fast. I remember ever since that update came, Josh Bilicki, they made him overpowered. Which again is broken because he's not that good in real life. Josh Bilicki is not even that good in real life. I don't even think he won a race this year. I don't even watch NASCAR, but I know that he's not a very established driver. He races for a low racing team. That Joe Gibbs would absolutely feast on him if he was on a straightaway. Joe Gibbs cars. But in this game, you put it on 105 difficulty, he's able to keep up. Even with the top 5 car, he's able to keep up. Just to sit there, just to sit there and have you say, "Wow, that's fast. He's fast." It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. Excuse my language, but I am pissed off. Especially, well, that's why I don't play on 105 difficulty. That's why I play on 104, because 104 is more respectable, and it has realistic, fundamental racing. Do you really want to play with the AI like that? When they're constantly getting speed bursts? I mean, you see what happened when I went up lane. Cole Custer got a speed burst until I went down there and blocked him. He had no draft. I don't even think he had a draft. I don't know if he had a draft or not. If somebody was behind him or not, I really couldn't tell. But he was getting a speed burst down there. But I bet you if he was up there and you were down there and you were by yourself, it would be hard. It would be a lot more harder for you to catch up to him. Why? Because he's on 105 difficulty and he has more speed than you. It's unbalanced. You have to wait. You have to wait. And then when you get up there in second place, it's hard to pass even a scrubby driver like not a stuff like Joey Gase. It's hard to pass him because the game will try to replicate real racing, but they do it in an unrealistic way. You see what I'm saying, guys? In real life, Denny Hamlin would have flew by Joey Gates with ease. In real life, it was at Talladega. He would have took Joey Gates' first spot. Joey Gates wouldn't even hold on to the first spot like that for a very long time. He wouldn't even I bet you he'll lead maybe a lap. Just like Mike Harmon in the game. You go into the truck series, and sometimes he wins the pole. Mike Harmon is not even an established driver. I don't even think he drives the trucks no more. He hasn't drove the truck since 2015. This game is 2020, guys. It's 2020. Why is he still in the truck series in this game? This game is outdated. I don't know, guys. I'm just seeing a whole bunch of flaws, and I'm seeing nothing but stupid random stuff, and it's unacceptable for me to accept this as a competent racer. I mean, I have a good time on 104 difficulty, but when I go on 105 difficulty, the game breaks for me. It breaks the immersion, and I can't handle that. I just can't. I can't deal with that. Especially when I mean, you've seen it for yourself. Whoever's watching my video, you've seen it for yourself. About Austin Dillon, and I love Austin Dillon in real life. I love his racing. I love his racing team. But again, you've seen it. He was max damage on his car model, and what I didn't even bump him actually. I think I did bump him or whatever, but I was trying to get past him, and I kind of bumped him because this is how this stupid fucking game replicates racing. I bumped him or whatever, and he fucking spun out. That's when I quit. I'm done. He should have never been up there in that position in the first place because of the damage. I got the setting on full damage. Damage is even a joke on 105 difficulty. It's a mockery. It just pisses you off when I see something like that, especially when he stays stride for stride with me. Stride for stride. And I have a clean car. And I have a top 5 car. And he's damaged. And he's staying stride for fucking stride on a straightaway. Or even a turn. Bullshit. Unrealistic. No. Game knows to recognize that. Game wants to replicate racing, but they do it in a cheating, wrong way on the hardest difficulty. The game ain't hard. Like I said, I mean, I could have got past Joey Gates on 105 difficulty. That's why I say this difficulty ain't hard. It's just unrealistic, and it's hard for me to accept that. And I'm not gonna play on 105 difficulty because it's hard for me to accept that. It is. It's hard for me to accept that. You guys, oh yeah, I'll play 105 difficulty, yeah, because I'm better than you. No, because you're a fucking arcadish fucking gamer that doesn't know anything about racing. I come from a background with simulation racing, where everything is clean. And you respect your drivers, and you respect their position, and this game doesn't do that. This AI doesn't do that. On 105 difficulty, they don't respect your position. They don't. And then you can get freight trained, and that's when this stupid AI kicks in and wants to draft you. When you already lost, what, 28 spots when you really shouldn't have had on a restart. It's a joke. Then you gotta get it all back, which I did, because that's how a joke of a difficulty it is. This game will fuck you over too in pit stop situations. If you win a lot of games on 105 difficulty, which I have, this game will absolutely fuck you over on pit stop situations. It will make the tire wear, it will make the AI unlimited tire wear and unlimited fuel, and they'll wait for you to pit, and then they'll pit so you could be a lap down. It happened to it in Kentucky, which I hate this. I hate that track in this game. That track is unfucking playable. You see where the bottom yellow line is, right? It's not even accurate. You don't even know if you're going off the track, which I should have went off. Well, I got off the track today because of, like I said, it's not my fault. It's just how this fucking game is. Go off the fucking goddamn track, then you come back on. Should have been a black flag. Just that type of stuff bothers me. It bothers me. And if you guys accept that, then you guys know nothing about racing. Absolutely nothing. The physics are garbage. It's 2020. I feel like I'm playing a PS3 game. With the physics. I don't know, guys. I'm not trying to rant or whatever, but this game pissed me off today, and I was absolutely trying to make anybody who's watching my channel to make you understand why I don't play on 105 difficulty, and that's why I don't play on 105 difficulty, just for that reason. I can already tell Talladega is broken in this game. It's broken. It's absolutely broken. You should not be able to ride the high side and everybody passed you just like that. It's bullshit. Just because you're on the top side. And then they bump you near the wall. It's dirty. They don't respect where you are. They don't respect your position. They don't even. It's like you're not even there to them. You're just in their way. It's garbage and it's a fucking mockery. On a custom setup. Look at this. Custom race. No difference from a default setup. Game is broken. Just like I said before. I did it just to prove a point. Well, look at it. They knocked me down to 31. I think I was, after that caution, I was in position 31. I gained it all back in a matter of not even a lap. On 105 difficulty. It's a joke. If they were that good on 105, I would never be able to catch up. But then the immersion would be broken. Because I have Denny Hamlin, and I have his car's a top 5 car. So the game had to give me all the positions back. But it took me a lot longer to get those positions back because of the difficulty. It's an illusion. Let me get out of here, guys. You know, I just hate how this game replicates racing. I don't understand why this game is like this. It's just hard for me. You know, it's hard for me to accept. Look at that. See, I never played Talladega. And look, see, top 5 drivers: Josh Bilicki and Ty Dillon, Corey LaJoie. Backmarker cars. I mean, I don't even think Kyle Busch is. No, look, Kyle Busch is not even top 5 driver. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke how this game replicates drivers in this game, and that's why I still say it to today. I will still say it to today. When you play on 105 difficulty, and you say Kyle Busch, and you say Kevin Harvick, and you say all these drivers, they are all the same. They are all the same. Kevin Harvick is no, Timmy Hill is Kevin Harvick. Who else? Chad Fincham is Denny Hamlin. They all have the same amount of speed. There's no difference between 85 difficulty and fucking 105 difficulty. The only difference is that at 105 and 85 difficulty, they're fucking slow as shit. They're slow. The speed. This is the only difference. There's no difference between 104, even 103. There's no difference between 103, 104, or 105. The only difference is by you changing the difficulty is that you're giving the AI more speed. You're giving the AI more speed, but you are actually dumbing them down because they rely on that horsepower and they rely on that speed and they don't respect your position. And that's when they drive dirty because they want to get past you at all costs because that's how they're programmed. These bots are programmed like that. They are cheating you. Especially, like I said, if you start winning a lot of races on 105 difficulty, they will start they would like I said, I mean, if you have a wrong green flag run, they will absolutely fuck you over and make you pit and take tires and fuel, and then they'll go a couple laps and then they'll go pit. Just to put you 2 laps down. So even if you make up that lap, you're still a lap down. This game is a joke. It's a fucking joke. It's a mockery of the sport. And I'll continue to say that. It's just hard for me to accept that this game is like that. I mean, I'll still continue to play my Josh Reddick. I keep on saying that baseball player's name. Tyler Reddick's career and put it on my channel. For you guys, for your sim drivers, your simulation drivers, and your simulation people that are out there that can watch my channel and enjoy my content and enjoy the great racing that this game offers. Because this game, I'm not saying it's trash, and I'm not saying, but on 105 difficulty, I feel like it's trash. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage, man. And the racing is trash on 105. The best mixture is 104. 104 difficulty. That's the best. The AI on 104 to me, they play somewhat dirty, but they don't do it all the time. You see on this one, it was constant contact, constantly bumping me, constantly trying to put me through that wall. That's what I'm saying. And there's no preferred line in this game. You see where I had to go. It was always in the middle. You're always in the middle. If you drip down low or you try to run a preferred line, the AI will just drift up. They would go, especially at a super speedway, they would go where you're not, so you won't get their draft, so you're forced to go down low or the middle. Which in Talladega, you know, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is very successful at super speedways. He's a very good super speedway driver. But again, you know, I watched a video actually on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and he said the best side in Talladega is the high side, the high lane, because you get more speed. This game does not replicate Talladega right. It's broken. It's absolute broken. You're telling me that Ricky Stenhouse Jr. don't know what he's talking about? This guy, he drove Talladega before in real life. You're trying to tell me that he doesn't know what he's talking about? This game forces you to drive in the middle. That's why you're always in the middle. It's how it's programmed. Just so you can get loose and ping pong everywhere. It's a joke. There's no preferred line in this game. You see what I try to do? I try to go up high. Well, I got freight trained. And then Jimmy Johnson over here, you know, good old Jimmy Johnson, trying to ram me up near the wall. And again, guys, I mean, I'm being honest with you. I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, downgrade Jimmy Johnson. He's a great driver. and he deserved all them 7 titles. But I never liked Hendrick Motorsports. I never did. Even when they had Jeff Gordon, I never liked him. I mean, I had no problem with the drivers like Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman and Jimmy Johnson and who else? William Byron. I have no problem with those drivers. Those are excellent drivers. They're good drivers. They're excellent drivers. But I just don't like Hendrick. I don't like him. I don't like the motorsports. I never did. Even as a kid, I never liked them. I think they were. To me, when I was watching NASCAR, they won so much, and you got sick of it. It's like a wrestler, like Hulk Hogan. Like Hulk Hogan used to win all the time in WWF, and he always wore the belt. And you get sick of seeing that because it's repetitive, and that's how Hendrick Motorsports were to me. They always won, or their drivers always won, and that's why Jimmy Johnson won all those titles. And I don't think he did it by himself. Because a lot of his success has to do with Jeff Gordon pushing him, being a good teammate, and giving him all them chances to win all them titles. Something that this game doesn't replicate. You see what I'm trying to do in my Tyler Reddick career? I'm trying to get Austin Dillon going. I'm even trying to give him bump drafts. He doesn't want to go anywhere. The game is broken. It's broken. But I can push Kevin Harvick, or I can push Kyle Busch, and they'll go right there. They'll keep going. This game is oh my God! It's just hard for me to accept that this game is a racer. It's just poor development and bad programming. That's all it is. Bad programming by 704. They should actually be ashamed of themselves. And anybody who supports this game should be ashamed. I'm just being honest, guys. I mean, I'm even sometimes embarrassed to even put this on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh God, people have to watch this gameplay, and people have to watch this stupid AI, the stupid stuff that they do. Oh my man, I don't know, man. It's just hard for me to accept that, and it just breaks the immersion for me. Like I said, I'm a very simulated racer, man. I mean, I played a lot of arcade racers when I was, when I was a teenager, like when I was young. I played a lot of like arcade racers and shit, and when I played this game, I feel like it's like arcade-ish. I mean, it has some kind of simulation with tire wear and all that and fuel, but that's about it. All of the rest of it is just random bullshit, just randomness. Even with the track or even the car, just has weird randomness. It's just I can't deal with that. I can't. No, I can't deal with that. It's just hard. It's just hard for me to accept that this game is a racer. I mean, that's why I don't play with my wheel. I mean, you hear my wheel. I don't play with my wheel on this game. I just feel like it's unnecessary to play with the wheel on this game. I don't know. Maybe I can get back into it. I'll finish the Tyler Reddick career, but when that's done, guys, I was thinking about going for another Cup Series, but I don't even think I want to. That's how much this game is turning me off. It's like, I don't know, this game is like turning me off from playing it. But that's my frustration, guys. I mean, if you guys feel what I feel about this game, and you want this game to improve, because I do want this game to improve. If you're trying to make a hard difficulty, do it realistically, and I don't think this game does that. I think this game cheats you on 105 difficulty. And the bad part, the bad thing about it is that you can still win, while the game is cheating you. And that's why I say it's a mockery. It's a mockery, because you're still winning. I mean, look at Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill in real life, I raced with him in iRacing. He's a very good driver in iRacing, but is he good in real life? I mean, is he good in NASCAR? He's good in iRacing. He's a legend in iRacing. But is he good? Is this car good in NASCAR? Can he beat Kevin Harvick or Denny Hamlin or who else? Even Chase Elliott here. Who else? Austin Dillon. Even Cole Custer. I think Cole Custer has a good ride for Stuart Haas. This guy right here, I don't know who. He's not even a real driver. And it's hard for me to accept that this game puts him in the Cup Series and then he stays stride for stride with you. I don't know. It's no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. I can't accept that. I can't. Even William Byron, like Kyle Busch, can you think Chad Fincham can beat this NMM car? You know, I mean, look at the paint schemes on it. It has good paint schemes on it. But I mean, for real, guys, do you actually think that Chad Fincham's car could beat Kyle Busch's car on a straightaway? No, it's not. Kyle Busch is gonna go right past him. That's why I say, on 105 difficulty, this game is not real life, and it doesn't replicate real racing on 105 difficulty. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. It's a joke of a difficulty, and it's unrealistic. Play on 104 difficulty. If you want to enjoy a real race, and you want to enjoy a real race with class racing, play on 104 difficulty. That's all I'm trying to say, guys. Because there's no way. What is Timmy Hill or Chad Fincham or even Joey Gase? I don't even think Joey Gase races for Rick Ware Racing. He's from M3M. What's Timmy Hill from? I mean, like I said, I raced against Timmy Hill in iRacing. He's a legend. I think he won the championship in iRacing. Where's he at? Yeah, M13 or MBM Racing. But you actually think MBM can actually beat Joe Gibbs Racing? No, they're not. They're not established like that. They're not even an established team like that. I'm not saying Joe Gibbs Racing their cars are the best and everything, but I mean, on an average driver like Chastain here, Chastain cannot keep up with Kyle Busch, you know, or even Matthew Benedette. I mean, well, I can't say that because the Woods brother car, the Woods brother cars, they actually have a lot of horsepower. I mean, the car is fast, and I think they're affiliated with Penske. But I mean, like Chad Fincham here, or Joey Gase, or Brendan Gaughan, Justin Haley, Timmy Hill, Quinn Hoff, or even Corey LaJoie, or Michael McDowell. I mean, I'm not saying that these super speedways, anybody can win a super speedway. I mean, you know, BJ McLeod can win the Daytona. Everybody's got a shot to win, but it shouldn't be like that every race and every track. And these, I just feel like like BJ McLeod, he should not be staying stride for stride with Kyle Busch on a straightaway. That's all I'm trying to say. Or even in Talladega, when Timmy Hill was staying stride for stride with a 5-star car like Denny Hamlin. It's unrealistic, and it's just hard for me to swallow. But that's my rant, guys, and yeah, like I said, 704, they need to trash this engine. They really do. They need to trash this engine and build a new engine and get some realistic physics on here. Because if not, this series will die. Because a lot of people, especially somebody like me, and a lot of people like me that are into simulation racing and they play this, that's why they don't play this game, because it's not realistic and it's not real simulation. You think Timmy Hill plays NASCAR Heat? No, he doesn't. He plays iRacing. Why? Because it's realistic with realistic outcomes. This game doesn't replicate that. It's just more of an arcadish game. You see what I'm saying? You think Kyle Busch plays NASCAR Heat? No, he doesn't. He plays iRacing. I'm just saying, guys, you know, the developers, they need to get this thing right. And like I said, I mean, it's just hard for me to accept when Timmy Hill or one of these low cars, one of these low, low drivers, they pass me when I have, and they break away from me when I have a 5-star car. I mean, those cars have a lot of horsepower in them. And it's just hard for me to accept that you have to be in the draft and you can't go by yourself to have horsepower. It's just hard for me to understand. It's just hard for me to accept that. That's why I play on 104 difficulty, even though that difficulty cheats you too. That difficulty cheats you. But I just don't let it bother me. Like on 105. 104, you have a chance to catch up a little more quicker, and you have a chance to. It simulates racing very, very well, and it's you know, I'm not saying Tyler Reddick's car. Sometimes I can get past Kevin Harvick, or sometimes I can even get past Kyle Busch. But I'm just saying, RCR cars, they do have a lot of horsepower in them, and they're not garbage cars. But Joe Gibbs Racing, I do believe that I think they can beat an RCR car in horsepower in a straightaway. That's all I'm trying to say, guys. And like I said, guys, if anybody is reaching out, because like I said, I'm a small YouTuber and I don't get many views. Even when I stream, like a lot of people don't view my streams, or they don't come to my streams. But if you guys agree with me about this game, like I said, I just think they need to trash the engine, trash the physics. You know, I heard it's just a copy and paste from Heat 4 with updated drivers and updated content. It's not enough content. They need more content. And actually, I think they should have updated Heat 4 and not even came out with this game and really took their time in building this game. But they didn't. They rushed it out there. I mean, this game has a lot of bugs and glitches that I've seen too. I mean, I don't know, guys. It just breaks the immersion for me. And like I said, I come from iRacing and just very simulated racers that when I play this game, it's kind of hard for me to accept, and I get pissed off. I do. I get pissed off. And it's just unrealistic, too, and I don't like how the AI plays. Sometimes they're a class act. Like in my other video, in my Richmond video, you can see I was praising the AI. But then I woke up, and I wanted to come on here, and I said, you know what, I'm going to play on 105 difficulty, I'm going to stream it, I'm going to play on 105 difficulty, and I'm going to show my viewers how this game is broken. And I just did. I just did. You can go back to my other videos and go back to this one, and you can see what I'm talking about. You can tell the different gameplay that's in those videos to 105 difficulty. Oh, why? Because they were staying stride for stride with me? That's a real challenge? No, it's garbage and it's fucking cheap. And it's not realistic. They don't respect your position. That's all I'm saying. So if you guys like what you see, and you guys agree with me, and you want this somewhat of a racer game get better, smash the like button and support me and say, yeah, I do. Yeah, Blades, I do. I do know what you're going through, because you know what? That's what I go through. And that's what I'm saying. So some of these big YouTubers that post this game, they don't say nothing. They just accept it like how it is. They don't talk about the problems, or they don't talk about the flaws in this game. They're more fault than what the developers are. That's why this game never gets better, because of people like that. Of supporting this game. They don't support it, and they don't tell the developers that the problems in this game. They just accept it. They're more fault than what the developers are. I don't hold my tongue. Even if I was big, I still wouldn't hold my tongue. I would tell them, fix your fucking game. It's unplayable, and it's unrealistic. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't deal with stuff like that. I really can't. And that's why I posted this game, and that's why I posted it today, to let you guys know my frustration, and let you guys know what I'm going through in this game. I can beat the AI on 105 difficulty. You see, it wasn't that hard. I was flying right up there, and I could have passed Joey Gase, and I could have been in the lead for a few laps. But again, I just don't like how Talladega is running this game. I think it's run poorly and wrong. That's not how they run it in real life. That's my rant, guys. I mean, like I said, I give this game maybe a 4. 3.5 stars. It's not even. I mean, it's playable, but it's not fun. It's, especially if you play on the hard difficulty. If you play on a hard difficulty and you you know, I see a lot of that. I mean, this game always wants crashes to happen. Like they always want you in a crash. And when I load up their esports, because I guess this game has esports. When I load up their esports and I look at the like the esports and everything, you see nothing but crashes happen, especially on restarts. Like a crash always happens. There's just a lot of crashes. It's just dumb and it's not real racing. It's not real racing. To me, it's not real racing. It's more of an arcadish, fun game to play, not really take seriously. But like I said, guys, if you agree with me, just tell me. Post a comment on my channel and even like this video. The more likes this video gets, the more it gets out there and other people can see it, and other people can reach out to 704 and say, "Hey, fix your game. There is a lot of problems. I noticed that." I feel the same way that this guy does. Fix your game. But that's it. This is your host on the top lane, and I'll never go off the top. With Bladesxonly. Have a good day and stay safe.